Hi guys, my name is Vidiks. Welcome to my walkthrough Stealth Pacifist of Deus Ex Mankind Divided. So, we're gonna do a new game. Give me Deus Ex Mankind Divided control scheme. We're not gonna watch the 12-minute recap video. I assume all of you have played Human Revolution or at least watched the video yourselves. So, we're just gonna skip it and proceed straight forward to Mankind Divided.
I once thought I could save the world. Now look at it.
In yet another augmented terror attack, 251 passengers aboard Sister Airlines Flight 451 were killed when an augmented passenger broke into the plane's cockpit and ruthlessly butchered its flight crew. Details recovered from the black box recorder suggest that the man may have been suffering flashbacks to the AUG incident. That horrible day 2 years ago when augmented people all over the world flew into a psychotic killing spree, causing the greatest loss of life in recent history.
Sometimes, you just have to let go. And embrace what you've become.
Not gonna go all wonky on us now, Hansa, are ya?
Well, if I do, McCready, I guarantee you'll never see it coming.
Agent Jensen! Am I gonna have a problem with you?
No, sir. No reason to assume you would.
Good, because you are the only augmented operative on this team, and I intend to make good use of you. Listen up, all of you. We got a sandstorm barreling down our arse and we can't afford to make mistakes. We're going after this man, an arms dealer named Shepard. He's ex-Bell Tower, one of the Special Forces commanders who disappeared during the incident.
And he's come out of hiding. That cannot be good.
It's not. He's selling weapons and military-grade augments to terrorists. This is Aran Singh, the undercover agent who lured Shepard out of his hole. Best you see Interpol's got. For 3 years he's worked hard to get in tight with the Jinn, an Iraqi smuggling cartel that's infected the Eastern Hemisphere like a plague. Last week, our arms dealer sent a message to the Jinn, offering to sell them a shitload of black market merchandise dirt cheap. They told Singh to handle the buy.
They're not gonna like it when Interpol disrupts their party. Singh's cover really that good?
It is right now. We need to keep it that way. This is where the deal's going down. A half-finished high-rise hotel that's been abandoned ever since the incident. It's not a pretty picture inside.
Let me guess. Most of the laborers were augmented with heavy-duty industrial rigs. So when the incident hit, and they all went schizo, things got gruesome real fast.
And no one, except for some homeless junkies, have been inside the place ever since.
So what's the plan, Director?
Singh's meeting Shepard on the ground floor, inside the hotel's main atrium. He sent the bulk of his Jinn crew to the penthouse levels to secure a vantage point. I want McCready's team to take up positions overlooking the atrium and make the arrest. Jensen, you're going in solo from the roof.
My objectives?
Keep the Jinn from joining the party. As far as we can tell, only one route connects the atrium to the penthouse level, a halfway decent elevator shaft. Here. I want you to block access to it.
Fine. Just cut me loose.
Do you plan on relying solely on your augments for this one? I'd recommend taking a little hardware, just to be sure.
If you say so. So, since we're doing Stealth Pacifist, of course, we're gonna take non-lethal.
We've got a UC in there. Might be easier to maintain his cover if he's not the only one still breathing when this is done.
Smart thinking.
Yeah, but if anything does happen to him, you'll be telling his wife. After you get out of the hospital, of course.
What about range? There's lots of wide spaces and high ceilings in there, but a number of tight and constrained rooms too.
So it's a crapshoot, really.
More or less. There's a couple of spots there where a short-range weapon could be useful, but most of the time you'll do alright with a distance weapon.
Well, I'm not looking to play dice with anyone in there. Give me something with distance.
Your call. Less chance of being seen and compromising Singh that way. One last thing, Jensen. Singh said that Jin are using some sort of portable Wi-Fi device to boost communications. He's got a better chance of maintaining cover if you disable it.
I'll keep an eye out for it. But aren't we on the clock here? You said there's a sandstorm moving in.
There is, and we got the intel on this mission at the very last minute. So we're scrambling a little. If it comes to it, your #1 priority is keeping the Jinn out of that atrium.
Copy that.
Time to put away your happy thoughts, gentlemen. We're approaching the target building.
You're up first, Jensen. Let's do this.
Okay, here we go.
Task Force action.
After this little introduction, which is not so little. One more reason why I did not play the 12-minute recap video. So Jensen's just gonna jump down into the construction site. And if you paid attention, we know by now that we have two objectives. A primary objective to seal off access to the atrium, and a secondary objective to disable the signal booster, as you can see there in the journal.
Team leader, this is Jensen. I'm on the roof.
Solid copy. Move into the building. The access route you need to block is at the far end of the penthouses. And keep in mind, the direct route might not be the easiest one.
Roger that.
McCready will advise once his team is on the ground. Miller out.
Okay, this area doesn't have anything special. You can pick up a few credits from that body over there. And in this one, you'll find nothing. You can just jump down. There's also nothing special in here. You can pick up these easy credits here and 100 experience points for Traveler and this triangle code. And after that, there's nothing more that could be interesting in here, so we are just gonna proceed under this fan to the vent, break this destructible vent, down again, and up these stairs. So don't forget to check this augmented construction worker's body to your left and pick up the pocket secretary he's got with him. And also, don't forget to read the pocket secretary. Don't just pick it up, you need to actually read it. That's the only way that the door codes and information enters your journal. And in this area, you'll quickly realize the only way forward is through this door. So you'll have to move the plastic crate out of the way.
Jensen, we're moving through. Oh, fuck!
What's wrong?
The Jinn have got a few Jennies up and running. Gonna have to hack keypads.
You should enjoy it, McCready. They have colors and shapes. Just remember, red means bad.
Fuck you.
So just follow the tutorial. As you can see, there's nothing special in here. Just follow the tutorial to proceed ahead. Press A to jump, A and move forward to grab a higher ledger, and before you go there, turn back and jump to the other side. Pick up another few credits in here. And let's proceed then through that gap in the wall down to this area, and let's check that body for a few credits and this cabinet for a few more. And now we can simply follow the prompt on the screen from the tutorial and open the augmentation wheel. As you can see in the bottom left, the only augmentation that is not yet mapped is Smart Vision. So we're gonna map it to the down directional button, and we're gonna use it to find this structural weakness, and we're gonna break it, pass to the other side, and find this door, which is the way forward. And we'll also see the keypad disabled because it has no power. So using Smart Vision, you'll quickly find that it can only come from here. We need to get to that panel on the other side of the wall, and we'll also see that door over there. We'll need to crouch to go under, and if we paid attention, we saw the floor full of water and an electric cable swimming. So of course, as soon as we turn on the power, all that area is gonna get electrified, and to avoid going through that, we're simply gonna go up and to that walkway in order to return back to the keypad. Now we can hack this door, and since it's the first hacking we got in the game, it's very simple. We're just gonna do what's obvious.
Anomaly detected. Trace program initiated. Access granted.
And now, with the door unlocked, we're gonna crouch and move to cover over here. Now, we're not gonna see the cover tutorial.
Damn squatters. I think that was the last one.
As you can see, when Jensen is in cover, he has these arrows coming in front of him that show you the direction Jensen will go as you tell him to vault over. Now, if you pay attention, you'll be able to see that at the end of the arrows, there's a shadow in those boxes, or over there, or in these boxes, way closer over here. Now, this means that Jensen will vault over and take cover in that place over there. So, we need to pay attention, because if that shadow is not in there, and you only have the arrows, Jensen will jump over, will move to where it's pointing, but will not enter cover. So this may sometimes be a problem if you're in an area with a lot of enemies looking for you. So be careful when you use these kind of moves. Now, like I said, I'm gonna move to those boxes. As you can see, there's the shadow. I'm just gonna wait for the enemy that's about to pop up at the door. And now take cover over here. Now, with whatever weapon you have with you, if you aim down sights and hold on for a few seconds, the target you're pointing to will get marked. So use your smart vision, point, and you'll see that arrow come up above his head, allowing you to know where he is even without using smart vision. As you can see, there's two other enemies, and that's all we can see right now. And to do this area stealth pacifist, we are gonna turn this corner, move forward over here up to those boxes, and inside this room back into cover over here. Now, as you can see, the enemy that was parked in that just start moving, and eventually he's gonna come into this area, so we're just gonna wait for him. And for now, we're just gonna stay out of sight. I could, of course, by now move there and put him out of combat, but I'm gonna make it even easier, so I'm just gonna wait for him until he turns back. And now, when he stops here, I knock him out. Now, never leave the bodies where they drop. Always move the bodies out of the obvious transit routes, and never ever leave them where they fall. So if you remember that, you should be fine most of the times. Now, we still have those two. As you can see, we have the markers showing us where they are, and we're just gonna go up these stairs to this side, pick up this traffic cone,
هذا كان صوت غريب.
Okay, so we didn't turn back. We're gonna need to do it again.
راح يكون من الأفضل إلنا نجيب أسلحة جديدة. إيش؟
And now that we took this one out of sight, we're gonna do the same to the last one without taking any chances. Use your smart vision to make sure he's not looking back. And just take him out silently and without being seen. Now, with the 3 of them down, you can finally take your time, if you wish, to check up the place. Always remember what I told you just now. Don't leave the bodies where they fall. Even if you have to move them just a couple of feet, don't leave them where they fall. You could, of course, come through here, always crouching, not shooting anyone, and try to go unnoticed. But it would end up taking a lot more time. So you can read these newspapers in here. Iran welcomes UN representative. Brown reassures investors in Oman. We have an elevator here, material shifting, elevator button, atrium, and penthouses, which are the 2 locations for both of our objectives. So, primary objective, seal off access to the atrium, and secondary objective, jam the signal booster. So, we could proceed right now through the elevator, but before doing that, I'm gonna end up exploring this room all the way to the end. Move this body of this enemy to this corner. Take the ammo. Search this other body. And finally, we'll come to this door. So the elevator's right there, and we'll find this door to an enclosed space with a keypad. So if you use the keypad, as long as you read the pocket secretary we found earlier in the dead construction worker's body, right at the start when we came up those stairs, if you did read it, we found this code 4801, which is the code to this area. We can pick up this Hypostim injector and...
Jensen, Mac, listen up. Doppler shows that sandstorm's moving in fast. It's big, and it's gonna hit us hard.
God, I hate the fucking desert. Confirm visual?
I can. Time is not on our side.
Copy that.
Solid copy.
Don't forget to search all these lockers. Even if it's items you don't think you're gonna use. For example, doing a stealth pacifist, I will never use firearms, pistols, assault rifles, sniper rifles. So, thing is, we can still sell those weapons to get some credits, because money is not easy to come by in this game. So pick up everything you can find, and right here in this room, grab this plastic crate, move it to the side, use your smart vision to find another weakness and break it. Move to the other side, for easy 100 experience points for Traveler, and you get a prompt telling you that the Icarus landing augmentation triggers automatically when falling to prevent damage, which is a clear hint that you can simply drop off in here to get to the atrium. Now, since we still want to go to the penthouses first to get the signal booster, which is the secondary objective, we're gonna go back to the elevator and proceed up before going down to complete the mission by doing the primary objective. So we're just gonna choose the penthouses, obviously, and we're gonna wait all the way when we arrive. We have a tutorial, and as usual, I'm not gonna play it. We're just gonna take cover in these two boxes in here, and we will be able to see this enemy straight ahead, and using the smart vision we'll also be able to see another one down there next to the door. So what we are going to do is simply turn this corner back and forth, so move forward and back. As you can see, the first enemy started moving and began making his rounds, and if you start smart vision again, you'll be able to see that the second enemy will also start moving out of the room and away from us. So that leaves us only with the first enemy, and as long as we don't do anything crazy, we should be fine. Just remember, he will not stop moving, so as long as you don't do anything crazy, don't take any chances, and you should be okay. Now, personally, I like to do this to make absolutely certain that I'm not seen. Pick up the body. I like to place it here inside this broken elevator and search this dead augmented body. And now, since there's nothing else in here worth mentioning, we can simply pick up this machine pistol and from here on you'll be able to see some enemies more frequently.
That was fast.
So
Started the signal booster already?
as you can see, the vent cover fell off, giving us a hint to get in.
Good. There is too much riding on this deal. Last thing we need is the guns breaking down.
From here, we were able to eavesdrop on the conversation.
Making out.
Slower than expected. It's like someone's tilled a fucking cemetery down here.
Say again.
When the shit hit the fan in 27, the rush must have been for the stairs. There's corpses everywhere. A lot of your cousins are here too, Jensen. You want me to grab you any spare parts?
No parts, but I take mine with cream and 2 sugars while you're asking.
And we are gonna close this observation grid to avoid being seen when crossing over. we are gonna go all the way to the end, close this combat tutorial and also this observation grid, and before going out through this gap, just activate your smart vision again and you'll be able to see these 4 enemies. 2 of them are on the move and moving away from this area, so we are just gonna wait for a little bit to give them time. And now, if we look again, there's only the other 2, which we can see are around 25 meters away. And now that we have these 2 enemies marked, we're gonna go back down through this gap, pick up an object. I usually pick up this traffic cone, and from here we are just gonna stand up and throw the cone in there to the corner. That will call off the enemy in the lower level. And after he's down, we can also take the guy up here to clear the path in this early stage. So that guy is pretty well hidden, so we don't really have to move him out of here, just search what he's got. But if he was in here or in here, it's okay if you shoot him in here, for example, but don't leave the body in there. Just pick it up, drag it, and hide it somewhere. I usually, if I have to move it, bring it up this ramp and drop the body in this corner, and after that do the exact same with the body in this platform. So just drag it, move it out of sight and out of the normal traffic routes. You don't have to place him like I'm doing exactly here. You can find whatever place you feel happy about it, that it's not gonna be seen. And now we can as you can see, move without worrying about being seen. The nearest enemy is there, and this is where we picked up the second body, and we're gonna enter this door here, always crouching. Don't stand up in this area or those guys are going to hear you, and you don't want that. Keep crouching.
All clear here.
You can eavesdrop on the conversation again.
Should never have come here.
Don't stand up. If you stand up or make any kind of noise, they will hear it and will come up these stairs to investigate. Otherwise, if you don't do any noise, they'll never come up here. So that will give us room to
Jensen,
investigate a
what's
little.
your 20?
Working my way through the penthouses.
Remember to keep an eye out for the Jin's communications booster. If you can, disable it.
Roger that.
As you can see, this is full of poisonous gas. And as long as you don't make any kind of noise, you can search this place carefully.
This sand is everywhere.
And also, in this area where we found the body, there's also this gap in the wall where the poisonous gas is. So we are simply gonna enter through this gap in the wall. As you can see, you have a pop-up telling you that your implanted rebreather will prevent gas damage as long as you have energy, and we do have a little energy. Jensen always has that minimum energy, and that's more than enough for us to jump down and enter this vent right in front. We can come all the way to the end, open this vent, and finally take cover right here. Now we can go to the map to see exactly where we are. We came from here, and we've been in here, in this side of the penthouses, went through a gap in the wall into this area full of gas and through a vent right to here. And now we can see, if we use the smart vision, that there are a lot of enemies in front of us, but only one of them is patrolling this area. This guy right here in the middle is the only one that keeps going back and forth. So we are gonna wait until he turns around completely. Don't move right away when he starts moving, because he still turns around once. So don't move yet. He will still look back. And now you can move forward all the way to the right. Proceed up these stairs. Don't hesitate. Crouch when you get up. And proceed to this vent. Enter. Close the cover. And you're done. Now, proceeding through the vent, you will be able to find a new area with a lot more enemies. And instead of coming out through here, we are gonna move back and break this destructible vent. Proceed all the way to the end. To find the signal booster. Now, there's a lot of ways to solve this riddle. As you can see, there are two enemies in the room guarding the signal booster. We are gonna start by marking them. And don't stand too close to the vent. this guy will investigate it from time to time, and when you open it, they'll be able to see you inside. So go into your inventory, choose your smoke grenade, and wait until they split up again.
What was that? I wasn't listening.
Now wait a few seconds, use your smart vision.
Good. Start your patrol.
And take them out. Without allowing them to realize what is happening. Now, the smoke grenade was essential in here because without the smoke, that guy would have seen that guy either getting hit or falling down on the ground before actually turning, because he heard the sound when he got hit, and he turned to see it, but because he couldn't see it, he simply returned to his original position, and I was able to take both of them down without an alarm getting sounded or ever getting seen. Now we can go inside the room.
Listen up, everyone. Chang's hacked into the Jin's radio signal. Checking the patch now. We should be hearing Singh any second.
خليل الراجل اللي هيبقى علينا الحاجات جايه كمان شويه. روح قول لبقيه الناس ان انا هحصلكم وخليكم يعني منتظرين.
Patch is clean.
Solid copy. Good. I'll repatch us once the deal kicks off.
Now, like I've always said, don't leave the bodies where they fall. Hide them in some corner if you don't have a proper place to hide it. And remember to check the closets and lockers for some easy items. You can read the ebook in here. And check this computer for a couple of emails. And finally, turn off the signal booster to complete the secondary mission.
Miller, I've disabled the Jin's comms booster. Should make it harder for them to listen in on the deal.
Good work. With luck, Singh's cover will still be intact when this is over.
Roger that. Moving on to primary target now.
Okay guys, with the secondary objective for the Dubai mission completed, we're gonna stop the first episode right here and continue right after with part 2 of this stealth pacifist walkthrough for Deus Ex Mankind Divided.